everybody? It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Jess Hilarious is here, our co-host.
Yep.
What up, Tiz?
What's going on, DJ Envy? What's going on, Jess? The Queen is back. So excited.
Hey.
And Charlamagne the God, of course. Uncle
Peace,
Snacks.
Let's jump in some quick sports right fast. The Chargers take on the Raiders tonight at 8:15 in Thursday Night Football. And Draymond Green, he's suspended indefinitely by the NBA.
I highly disagree with that suspension. I understand him being suspended, but indefinitely, no. Ja Morant didn't even get suspended indefinitely. They put a number on Ja Morant games. He was waving pistols a couple of times.
This happened a lot of times, though.
Still, though, indefinitely?
Indefinitely?
Nah, not indefinitely.
And
That's right after the choke, so they're trying to just slow it down. He just choked Rudy Gobert a week ago.
I love Draymond Green.
I love
need an
Draymond Green,
enforcer.
too. And I know he didn't mean to, hit him. He meant to knock his ass out. That's what he meant to do. But, yeah, obviously.
Now, Giannis, we got to congratulate him. He scored a franchise record 64 points last night. They beat the Pacers 140-126. And he was seen running into the Pacers locker room. That's because he wanted the game ball. Indiana Pacers took the game ball because one of their new players scored his first basket, so he wanted to go home with the ball. But Giannis said, nah, I scored 64.
His name was Giannis.
Giannis.
This is Giannis.
It's Giannis.
Oh, I thought it was Giannis.
It's probably a nickname.
Probably nickname. Okay. Yeah, so Giannis went and they believe he went and covered the ball. That's why everybody's seen him running into the locker room. Now, Tez, let's talk Hunter Biden.
Yes, there's so much that happened yesterday, guys. First, let's go over Hunter Biden. He showed up on Capitol Hill yesterday. He was not there to interview with House Republicans like they wanted him to. President Biden's son insisted on the gathering reporters and saying that he wants to only testify in a public meeting, not a private meeting. Hunter Biden said he is sick of them talking about him, asking, where's Hunter Biden? Take a listen. I got more information on the other side.
For 6 years, MAGA Republicans, including members of the House committees who are in a closed-door session right now, have impugned my character, invaded my privacy, attacked my wife, my children, my family, and my friends. They've ridiculed my struggle with addiction, they've belittled my recovery, and they have tried to dehumanize me, all to embarrass and damage my father, who has devoted his entire public life to service. For 6 years, I have been the target of the unrelenting Trump attack machine, shouting, where's Hunter? Well, here's my answer. I am here.
Now, he went on to say that President Biden was not involved in any of his business. He talked about his battle with addiction. He took accountability on that. He talked about how his parents were there for him. He admitted he was irresponsible with his finances, but he said that is no reason for the impeachment inquiry. And we're going to cover that impeachment inquiry in the second hour, guys. But then he started naming names. Take a listen.
James Comer, Jim Jordan, Jason Smith, and their colleagues have distorted the facts by cherry-picking lines from a bank statement, manipulating texts I sent, editing the testimony of my friends and former business partners, and misstating personal information that was stolen from me. There is no fairness or decency in what these Republicans are doing. Here I am, Mr. Chairman, taking up your offer when you said we can bring these people in for depositions or committee hearings, whichever they choose. Well, I've chosen. I am here to testify at a public hearing today to answer any of the committee's legitimate questions. Republicans do not want an open process where Americans can see their tactics, expose their baseless inquiry, or hear what I have to say.
Man, please. The Republicans know who they are, and they know exactly what they're doing and why they're doing it. This is payback. I know you niggas from way back.
That's right.
If you don't believe Trump is going to punish his political opposition, if you don't think he's not going to punish his critics, look no further than this Hunter Biden situation. Now, should Hunter Biden be locked up? Sure. But would he be locked up if if folks didn't have a political axe to grind? No. No.
I agree. Well, at least he did try to come fight for himself. I appreciate that. I'm not a big fan of Hunter Biden, but he said, I'm tired of y'all talking about my name. I'm here. I'm choosing. Y'all come pull on up. So I think that was good. So
what else he got to do? He ain't got nothing else to do but drugs and prostitutes.
Well, hey, that's what. Well, it also, we're going to talk more about it, so make sure you guys tap back in a second hour because he did this, that's what prompted the impeach inquiry that also happened yesterday, and we're going to talk about that more in the second hour.
All right, and that is front page news. Thank you, Tez. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open. Again, 800-585-1051.
And Just Hilarious is back.
Just Hilarious is back. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up.
In the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Just Hilarious is here, our special guest host. And let's get in some front page news. What up, Tez?
What's going on, DJ Envy? Just Hilarious and Charlamagne the Guy.
Peace, Ted.
Some quick sports. The Chargers take on the Raiders tonight at 8:15. Draymond Green has been suspended indefinitely. Now, this is by, I guess they're saying he struck one of the players on the Mavericks. So
Free Draymond. Okay, Draymond does not deserve to be suspended indefinitely. Does he deserve to be suspended? Yes, but you got to put a number on it. An indefinite suspension?
He deserves to have a mental evaluation, though. He definitely deserves to definitely seek help. That's what he deserves.
I don't know.
But if his anger is like uncontrollable,
it
what
don't
he has
seem
to
like
figure
anger
out.
issues, though. It just seems like he's an enforcer. Like I was born in 1978. I grew up on the Charles Oakleys and Anthony Masons and Bill Lambiers of the world. Them dudes was way worse than
but they
Draymond.
changed the league because of that. And I said Mavs is actually the Timberwolves, but the problem is he just choked out Rudy Gobert less than a week ago.
Let me ask you a question. You understand this as a comedian, Jess. We know cancel culture has changed things, right? Has changed society.
Correct.
Does that mean all comedians should adjust? No, there's some comedians who still give you that rawness.
Yeah.
Right.
Draymond still give you that rawness on the basketball
But if
court.
you give him that rawness, you got to accept the consequences.
You definitely
true.
do. And
That's
I
true.
have accepted every consequence behind something that I did.
But we're not going to let you get suspended indefinitely. Y'all got to put a number on it. How long does that sit down?
Right. You're right.
And also, Giannis scored a high 64 points. Everybody seen Giannis running into the Pacers locker room last night. That's because one of the Pacers players, it was the first time that he scored, so he kept the game ball. But Giannis wanted the game ball because he broke a franchise record. So I don't know if Giannis ever got the game ball back, but that's why everybody seen him running into the locker room.
It sounded crazy watching Giannis run after a bunch of men saying, I want the ball. I want his ball. I want my ball.
I want his
I
ball.
want the ball. I
What
want the-
language is that, yo? You asked me.
It was crazy.
All right. Now let's talk about impeachment.
Yes, yesterday House Republicans voted to formalize an impeachment inquiry. Want to stress inquiry, meaning the president has not been impeached, but an inquiry, which is an investigation. Now, this investigation reaches a critical juncture after right-wing pressure grows. Now, some people are calling right-wing pressure basically former President Donald Trump. Let's take a listen.
The House just voted 221 to 212 to formalize the impeachment inquiry into alleged wrongdoing by President Biden. To be clear, the president has not been impeached. This is a vote to start an investigation into whether he should be. House Republicans are accusing the president of profiting from his family's business dealings while in office. But so far, they have not presented any solid evidence of wrongdoing. At the heart of the inquiry, the president's son, Hunter, who's been in other legal hot water for failing to pay taxes on time and on gun charges.
Now, as we covered last hour, Hunter Biden defied the subpoena and said that he only wants to be asked questions in public. So this impeachment inquiry will basically give him that opportunity. Republicans argued that the impeachment inquiry was a response to the stonewalling by the Biden administration for refusal to hand over documents. Now, House Democratic Majority Leader Representative Hakeem Jeffries had this to say.
There is zero evidence that President Biden has engaged in an impeachable offense. There is zero evidence that President Biden has engaged in any wrongdoing whatsoever. There is zero evidence that President Biden has broken the law. The Republicans have now reviewed more than 100,000 pages of documents, heard from many witnesses, and they can't find a scintilla of evidence to justify this impeachment inquiry. It is happening because the puppet master in chief, the former twice impeached so-called president of the United States of America, has ordered them to launch this impeachment inquiry as a political hit job on President Joe Biden.
Man, call it what it is. More revenge, more payback. Why are we acting like we don't know what it is? You got Representative Troy Niels of Texas. He said, we doing this just to give Trump ammo. They impeached Trump twice. Now we're going to impeach Biden so Trump can have some ammo against Biden. Trump got goons, man, ready to ride. These senators is wearing Pooh Shiesty masks and bubble jackets for Trump. You hear me? Okay.
That's right, Dan.
Yeah. And I think that's what Hakeem Jeffries just basically said. He said it is a hit job.
Too political.
So,
he said it too political. They got to start talking simple and plain for people, man. People, that sounded too political.
You think so? I mean, political hit job. I mean, what more can?
But you in the politics, Taz. He got to make it simple and plain for the people. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like these niggas want revenge.
That's right. They're putting cases on all you. You want to go full training day.
That's right.
Now let's jump into Tesla.
Yeah, this is important, guys. A few weeks ago, we covered a recall for Tesla for low brake fluid, but this is much more serious and pretty much affects every Tesla ever made. Take a listen.
Heads up, if you drive a Tesla, there's a very good chance it was just recalled over safety concerns with the autopilot feature. The electric vehicle maker is recalling more than 2 million cars, which appears to cover most Teslas currently on U.S. roads. The autopilot controls are supposed to keep you in your lane, maintain following distance, speed up and brake automatically, and include enhanced features that can help you change lanes. But it is not autonomous driving, and the recall says the autopilot system doesn't do enough to make sure you're paying attention in case something goes wrong. Specifically, the recall cites the risk of driver misuse. Tesla says it will release software updates with additional safety controls and alerts.
Jess, you just brought this up. What's that movie I keep falling asleep on?
Leave the World Behind. You need to be very much awake for that, Charlamagne, because that is your type of movie. You need to watch that. But I'm glad that Tez brought this up because in the movie it shows a portion of. I don't want to spoil it because a lot of people haven't jumped onto it yet. But y'all need to really watch it. It's good and it's about our country and the future of it. So I think y'all need to watch it. And then also the Obamas actually produced it. So that's really, really good and interesting.
So they trying to tell us something?
I believe so.
Really?
I do believe so.
So in the movie,
I'm glad you said that because Lil Duval said don't even waste your time watching it. So you saying watch it?
Really? Wow. Yeah. Well, I mean, he has his opinions about things. Yeah. But the movie is a really good watch. And I watched it and I heard a lot of people say, oh, it's dumb. And I heard a lot of people say, oh, it's cool. I don't like the way it ended. It really pay attention. You need to. It's a movie that goes beyond the surface. If you are not open-minded and you don't even need to know everything about politics to watch it and to know what they're trying to convey. So definitely watch it. In the movie, it's a scene about Teslas and how it definitely caters to this.
Yeah.
So a bunch of Teslas got recalled in the movie?
No, you need to watch it, sir.
Well, I will say this with the Teslas. That autopilot feature is not on everybody's Tesla. It's a feature that you have to pay for. Most people don't pay for it. But they have a hack where they can actually put something on the steering wheel where for the autopilot feature for people listening, you're supposed to touch the steering wheel every so often to show that you're awake. So people have hacked it and put something on the steering wheel where it seems like somebody's touching it, and people have been sleeping.
Oh, that's crazy.
And people have been sleeping in the Tesla while the Tesla drives. So what Tesla's doing is trying to make sure that people can't hack the system and do that. So that's why they did this recall, and that's why and the recall is going to be something different like your iPhone. So they'll send it over the airwaves, and then you just have to download it in your system, so you don't have to bring the Tesla actually into the store.
Are we gonna trust that though? Like, is people really? Are we gonna trust just a software update like an iPhone?
Well, I'm sure it's gonna be more difficult. You can't probably hack the system. And I will say this, and this is not an ad. I'm not endorsed by Tesla. Right now, Tesla has the best leasing features on cars right now. So if you were interested in the Tesla, now's the time to look at it. The lease rates are less than $400, and for 6 months, the next 6 months, you can charge for free.
I think I'm gonna pass on that. I saw those cars running in the walls and burning.
But you ain't got to do the autopilot thing. You ain't got to do the autopilot.
Yeah,
you don't have to do the autopilot
trust
feature.
These robots way too much.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got to do the autopilot.
Driving a computer. I'm not doing it.
Nah, I'm not sleeping while the car driving.
Nah, I would never do it either.
Now let me give you the models right quick, guys, because I do want people to know exactly what models were affected. Model 3, the 2017 to 2023.
That's the small one.
Model S, the 2012
That's
to
the
2023.
sedan.
Okay. Model X, the 2016 to 2023, and then Model Y, the 2020 to 2023. So, I mean, y'all can take a chance on it if you want to, but I don't know.
That's all the models. That's all they got.
All of them.
That's all the models. They only got 4 models.
All of them.
That's all the models.
Okay.
The truck just came out.
I do like that Tesla Cybertruck though.
That's dope.
It just look cool.
Bulletproof and all that.
It is?
Yep.
Oh, I ain't know all that.
Bulletproof.
Jesus.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you, Tiz.
You're welcome.
And make sure you subscribe to Tesla and Figaro's podcast, the Straight Shot No Chaser podcast on the Black Effect iHeartRadio podcast network, and follow at Tesla and Figaro on all social media platforms.
Wake that ass up.
In the morning.
The Breakfast Club.